What's going on, everybody? Here we are back, day number 6 of the cut, the prep phase of the cut. You know, we did a month or so of a maintenance phase, but now we are diving deep into losing body fat. Day number 6, we're going to attack it today with the legs, star of the show, legs, and we're going to go at it from the angle of the posterior chain. So we're gonna hit hamstring curls first, and then probably glute extensions, RDLs, cable rope pull-throughs, and then probably do our transitory exercises, the adduction and abduction. After that, leg extensions, leg press calves, and that'll be a brilliant day of just leg annihilation, and I couldn't be more happy to complete it. And it's a little bit later today, so we've moved a little bit further back in the day. Reason being, I want to give myself a little bit of extra time to recover from the workout yesterday, because yesterday I went in there and crushed it. 2 hours, probably about 15 minutes of just, I know I just said it, but annihilation of the chest and shoulders. And we plan to do the same thing to the legs tonight. That way we can just keep stacking days and stacking the progress and getting better and better every single day. So as far as the diet goes, I've been nothing but spot on. I've been extremely dialed in, and I have already been able to see and feel the difference, not in a subjective manner, but in an objective way. When I look in the mirror, I can tell that I've lost body fat. I can feel on my body more muscle, more cuts already, and it's only been 6 solid days on a strict diet. Now, tomorrow will be day 7, and when I complete that day, it'll complete the week. I started on Thursday, and the plan for me right now is for Saturday, the Browns play the Texans in Houston, believe it or not, and that day I will have a cheat meal. I think I'm gonna get a Philly cheesesteak, probably 2 Philly cheesesteaks. You got a pound of meat on each one, so you get a lot of protein. And I'll fill up my glycogen stores with the bread, a lot of bread. And of course, there's veggies on it, cheese, sauce. So I'll enjoy that, but I am building quite the deficit. Running around, you know, to play it safe, we'll say 3,000 calories a day. And on training days, I'm burning at least 4,500. So you times that by 6, and, you know, if you do some quick math there, that's quite a deficit. Maybe 9,000 calorie deficit. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but it's large. And I definitely have room for a cheat meal to fill up my glycogen stores and get back with some energy surplus, as well as, you know, just some full muscles to attack the gym even harder next week. But that's next week. This is today. This is right now. We are fired up. We've been eating a lot of venison, a lot of rice, a lot of vegetables, a little bit of olive oil mixed in with the vegetables. I mixed in with the vegetables some Worcestershire sauce or Chestershire sauce, however you want to say it, and then some ketchup. No sugar added ketchup. And you put all that together along with the oatmeal in the morning, the fruit in the morning, and I feel fantastic. I'm looking better by the day, and everything is going according to plan. So to run it up even further, we're gonna go in, hit the posterior chain, hit the front of the leg, and call it a day and get ready for arms tomorrow. So that's the story. Michigan, great win last night. I called it in the video yesterday. I knew Michigan was gonna win, and they did. Good for them, looked beautiful. They kept using the word glorious. I thought that was a great word for them to use in terms of them winning. They put in a lot of work day after day after day for years. Now they're finally on top. They're finally seeing it. And you could see it in Coach Harbaugh's face and his mannerisms, his actions, his words. He was finally able to let loose in the post-game interview. It was clear that he accomplished what he set out to do. So very inspiring watching that. And we're going to use that energy to shoot ourselves to the moon and continue to work every day towards the goal of looking absolutely spectacular. And I know it's only going to take 100 dedicated days to look amazing, better, way better than I ever have. And that's what's keeping me That's what's keeping me going right now in all facets is the dream that I will look absolutely incredible. I'll be unmistakably ripped. Everybody that sees me will be, he is ripped. He has an amazing body. He has a gorgeous physique, and ladies will be falling all over themselves for me. That's the plan. That's what we're looking forward to. But this is just the pre-show. We're getting way ahead of ourselves because we got to go in and hit the legs like a savage would and a savage will. So we'll see you in there, right? No. What's going on, guys? We're back here with a voiceover of the workout. Reason being, the mic connector wasn't working. So it wasn't the mic itself, it was the connector. But anyways, thought I'd switch it up. Let the ASMR of a nice, lively gym relax you a little bit in the background of my voice. It was quite full. I went yesterday at around 6:30, and you know, a lot of the January 1sters are in there, people trying to get around to their New Year's resolutions. Love to see that, but it makes for a pretty packed gym. So the energy was high, I was feeling good. This is the first official working set of the hamstrings right here. I did all of the stack aside from one iteration, and I've kind of been stuck at this weight, and especially now that I'm cutting, I won't be able to get the full stack. But next time we bulk, that'll definitely be the benchmark. Can I do the full stack? So that's the first working set. Now we're going on to the second, and I did the same weight, but it was heavy. It was pretty heavy, which is fine. And going into this workout, I wanted to get the hamstrings as worked as possible, and I feel like I did that. Now at the beginning of the workout, I didn't get the usual instant pump that I usually get when I do the quadriceps first and then I hit the hamstrings. It was a little more delayed, and that's because, as you guys know, when you hit one muscle group opposite the other one is going to be easier to pump up when you do it later in the workout, or any muscle group that is adjacent to each other. So anyways, we're working through it. We did a few different weights, variation of weights when we were doing these hamstring curls, and really the reason for that was I wanted to get a good mix of heavy hamstring curls along with some nice squeezing tension filled sets where I'm literally feeling the muscle contract, I'm feeling it spread apart, and the fibers are literally ripping. So I'm feeling them rip. And not too much, because that's when you get a tear, that's when you get a strain, but it's finding the happy medium of tension and intensity to get the most out of the muscle. So we'll just go ahead and let you guys watch the remainder of these sets. All right, here we are back. Next exercise, and this is the RDL. So we just worked on the contraction part of the hamstring. Of course, we did work the stretch part of the movement as well, but this is a different stretch you're getting on the hamstring. And it does involve a little bit of glutes. You will get a little bit of a lower back pump if you're not careful, but you want to focus on pushing the hips backwards and stretching the hamstring as much as possible. It's basically a toe touch with weights. And if you've ever done a toe touch, you can feel your hamstring stretch when you do the movement. So we're just doing that under tension. And right here, I'm using 80 pounds, and these were heavy. It took a lot out of me. I was really getting into this workout, and this is where I started sweating. The sweat broke on this exercise, just the second exercise, which I'm a fan of. I like to sweat in the gym, means I'm burning calories, especially when I'm on a cut. It means that the calories are just coming off at a higher pace. So I did 4 sets of these. This is the third one right here. I'm making sure as best as possible to go as low as possible, because the larger range of motion you can get for a movement, the more muscle building capacity there is. And we are still trying to build muscle. You know, when you're on a cut, you want to fight to keep the muscle, but if you go a step further than that and fight to keep building the muscle, you're bound to keep most of it. So here's the last set. We'll finish off with these. Okay, after I did the RDLs, it was now time to emphasize the glutes. And you know, I know some people don't do glutes, but I cannot see an argument for that. I mean, you know, everybody is attracted to a nice pair of gluteus maximus. So if it's a muscle on your body, I go by the school of thought that you're going to want to train it. So for this, we did 405. We did the hip thrust or glute extension. And what I'm focusing on in this movement is full range of motion. That includes at the bottom and at the top. And now this is quite heavy. I'm in here. This is a very brutish set. But even so, I want to make sure I get all the way down, because if you think of the hips as a hinge and your muscle over top of it, the further down you go, the more the muscle is going to stretch. And then at the top, of course, you want that contraction. You want your hips to be above your knees and chest. And you want to do that as firmly as possible with as much weight as you can handle. So that's what I'm doing here. These really take it out of me. These are a bear. If you're doing them right with enough weight, these will really zap your energy, cause a lot of bodily fatigue, but it is worth it, I promise. So we'll let you see the rest of these. I did 4 sets. All right, next here we got cable rope pull-throughs, and I only did 2 sets of these, but it's really to finish off the glutes. And as you can see with the glute extension or the hip thrust, took a lot out of me and took a lot out of the glutes. So I didn't need to do a whole lot of these to finish off my rear end, but I did 2 sets. And really, if you think about the hamstring curl versus the RDL, this is the same principle there. That's in those 2 workouts. So this is really about the top and the contraction. I would say the glute extension or the hip thrust is more so on the stretch of the movement or that bottom portion. This is, you still want to get that big stretch, you still want to go slow on the eccentric, but also that concentric squeeze at the top. You want that to really be the driver of the movement, really push those hips through. You don't want to use your arms at all. No arms, they're just there to lock it into place. And then you go up through the glutes. And that took a lot out of me as well. After that, I was pretty exhausted, but now we're on to the transition exercises right before we do our quadricep exercises. So this right here, we got adduction. Of course, you see it every time that I do legs. It's the inside part of the leg, the big hunk of meat that's on your thigh. It protects a lot of your important arteries and blood vessels inside there. But you want these to be big because it really fills out the entirety of the leg. So that's adduction. And then next up, we have abduction, which is a quad sweep movement as well as a gluteus movement. But really what I'm focusing on is the outside of the quad, the outer leg. And once you get some muscles there and you've lost some body fat there, you can start to feel that muscle form. And as you can watch in these sets, that's where my hands are placed because I'm wanting to feel that muscle be worked. So these are the 2 transition exercises right before quadriceps. So for quadriceps, what I originally wanted to do was leg extensions first and then finish with leg press. But what I did instead, because of course, when it is a busy time of night, some of the machines aren't going to always be available when you need them. You have to be fluid and able to switch it up. I did leg press instead. And I considered this one a warm up. It's 405. And what I realized and what I've been realizing, and it's, you know, pretty intuitive and pretty it's pretty common knowledge once you actually figure it out. But leg press is just the opposite of a hack squat. As you can see, the hack squat over there, it's pretty much the same angle. One you're standing, one you're seated. So knowing this, I thought, hey, I could probably go up in weight. I could probably do more weight. Even slow, controlled, and large range of motion reps, I can do with more weight. So that's what you see here. Now I have 5 plates on there, and I'm going as low as possible. I'm a centimeter away from the bumper, if not touching the bumper to the bottom of the machine every single rep. And as you watch my quadriceps here, you can see that they are fired the entire time. They're always turned on, all the way from the bottom of the movement to the top of the movement. And this is no easy task. Look at my face. I'm starting to get a little bit red. I'm getting fired up. I'm busting through this one. This is a big set, and honestly, this was probably my favorite set of the day, this one right here. 5 plates aside, leg press. But now we're gonna go to 6 plates aside. Got 12 for 5 plates aside. I'm taking it slow. As you can see, I'm powering through the movement. I'm going full range of motion. So many people do the leg press the wrong way. They barely go down. That is not working any of your lower legs or of your lower body. Not working your quadriceps, not working your glutes, your hamstrings. It's not working anything. You got to go full depth on these. So I got 8 there, felt really good. I went back to 5 plates aside, did 12 more, and then I did 405 to finish up the pyramid. But guys, if you're gonna do, ladies, everybody, if you're gonna do leg press, please, please, don't focus on how many plates you can put on the machine. Focus on the range of motion you can get with your quadriceps. If it's just to make your ego feel better by putting a lot of weight on the machine, you're really not doing it right. You should reconsider your methods. But anyway, I'll let you guys finish watching this. Bam. As you can see from that last couple reps, I was really pushing it. So at this time, my entire legs are pumped. They're tired. I'm fatigued, but it's time to finish off the quadriceps. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do it with leg extensions. So this is hopping right into the working weight. The first set, the warm-up set, I didn't get on because I was, I was using the equipment with someone else. But this is the second working set, and leg extensions, I love the exercise. Great way to boost the quadriceps, really get into it and be able to see the muscles grow right in front of you. You want to go intensely. You want to feel the weight the entire rep, and you want to make sure you're squeezing at the top. So when it comes to building the quadriceps, there's 2 ways to hit them. Same way of hitting the hamstring, same way of the glute, same way of a lot of other body parts, but you have the pressing movements and you have the extension movements as far as the quadriceps go. So I just did heavy pressing, intense pressing, and now I'm doing heavy and intense extension work. So that's the story here. I went all out. You guys enjoy. Okay, and then to finish the day off, of course, we have to hit the calves. And I love to hit the calves. These are a very important muscle group to really define the leg, because Your knee is a hard area to build muscle around. Your quads, hamstrings, of course, you can do that. But to really fill out the leg, you need to have big calves. So here you can see me doing them, and I'm doing them slow and controlled, but of course, I had to speed it up for the video because it is a pretty monotonous movement. But anyways, that was the workout. I feel like it was an incredible workout. Glad you guys got to see it. I know this is a little bit of a different format, but anyway, we should be back to normal tomorrow. Anyways, here we go. Camera check, legs done. Pow. What's going on, everybody? Here we are back in the kitchen post-workout, directly after the workout. Just finished up. You know, usually I'll go and maybe do a shower and some food in between recording this video, but tonight I went straight to it. Wanted to discuss the amazing leg workout that we just had completed. Felt really good. Honestly, the first half I was a little bit, not concerned, but just didn't really feel like I was kicking into gear like I wanted to. When it really started to get popping was the leg press. Really impressed with the leg press. And if you think about it, you know, a leg press is the same as a hack squat. You're just laying down. Well, sitting down, I guess. You're in a seated position rather than a standing position, but they're both on an angle and they both pretty much do the same thing. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and load up the hack squat, or excuse me, go ahead and load up the leg press like I was doing hack squat. So we got up to 6 plates a side. I feel like that's pretty good, especially for the depth that I was doing. I was going all the way down, the bumper hit the bumper, and then back up, keeping constant tension on the quadriceps. And that really got my entire leg. The pump was pumping as soon as we got done with the leg press. So leg press was great. Then after that, I hit the leg extension, was really good. And then finished with calves. Everything really went exactly how I wanted it to. My legs right now are incredibly pumped still, especially from the walk back over because I walked to the gym, of course. So everything going great. Everything's going really good. I have a lot of my 2 pounds of bison, I guess today it's venison, left over that I'm getting ready to eat. A lot of it. So, you know, the final meal is going to be big. You always love to see that. And everything's just rolling along. We're stacking the days. We're picking it up, putting it down, and getting along to it. So everything's good. Everything's great. We're really feeling good. Tomorrow is arms. We're going to go in and hit arms. And that's how I want to do this. I want to, anytime I hit, because it's legs and arms. Those are the 2 major groups that I want to bring up. So anytime I hit legs, the next day I'm going to hit arms. So that's the story. We are moving along, full speed ahead. Day 7 tomorrow. Going to keep up, keep on keeping on. And eventually I'll look absolutely ridiculous. And that's what we're looking forward to. So keep pressing, keep going, keep going, keep going. And if you had a bad day today, tomorrow will be better. You just have to make sure of it. You have to lock in, put it in low gear, and make tomorrow better. And if today was great, make tomorrow better too. Make it another great day. And that is the situation. So appreciate you guys watching. What a leg day. We absolutely did everything we needed to in that leg day. We're feeling great. Everything's moving along nicely. And we're gonna eat this meal, brush our teeth, do our bedtime routine, go to bed, wake up, do it all again tomorrow. So appreciate you watching. Also, programming note, you already know by now, but I had to do a voiceover because the receiver part of the microphone, I think, is out of battery, which you don't expect that because it literally plugs into the iPhone. So the thought is that it draws some energy from the iPhone in order to keep it powered indefinitely, but I guess that's not the case. So I got to charge that. Tomorrow should be back online. We'll have a live, you know, the voice will be live within the workout instead of a voiceover, which you guys just saw or heard. But at the same time, I like putting those in there every now and then. It switches it up, gives it a new flavor, different feel to it. So that's the story. We're going to keep running it up. I'm going to light a candle, probably light a candle, relax a little bit. It's about 9 o'clock, so you got a little bit to relax. We'll light a candle. We'll eat our food, maybe burn some incense, and that'll be the night. So once again, love you guys. See you tomorrow.